Welcome to the Swashbuckler Off-Road channel, home of the Buccaneer of the Benimies, that's as graceful as the Guineas, the Madcap of the Mud Trap, the Raider of Rust, the Weigher of Warranties, the Pirate between the seas, searching for the treasures between the trees, plotting a course through winding roads and barrel trails. Gaia and Blend Onyx commissioned, so we don't get lost in fails.
Avast, my hearties, I'm back with a new tale. The tale of Jericho Mountain. Another one of those Jeep Badge of Honor trails. This one finds us way up in the far northeast corner of the US map. We loaded the spirited Trinity onto the deck of my shipwreck of a trailer and readied the mighty Precious for a 10-day cruise. The weather would be reminiscent of an oyster's last steam bath. Okay, I can't keep that up. I'm hurting my own ears, not to mention my throat. So we had a 15-hour trip ahead of us, which wouldn't be bad in the Jeep, but once you pack the camera gear, the camping supplies, the tools, the recovery gear, the first aid kit, and some food into a two-door Jeep, you don't exactly have any room left for the wife and the dog. Now, Precious may not be built for towing, but she does a good job of it. And she doubles as a well-prepared recovery rig if I get Trinity hung up in an awkward position. Plus, the wife can sleep longer in the truck. This is the first obstacle we hit while following the black trail markers. Less than 5 minutes on the trail and I was already in 4 low. This challenge was less than 10 minutes in and makes for a decent gatekeeper. This trail system may be small, but it's solid. Let's go over their trail rating system real quick. The easy trails are recommended for lightly modified vehicles with tires under 33 inches. A winch is always recommended. The green or the easy trails have some obstacles and slightly technical areas. Blue, the more difficult. More difficult or moderate trails are recommended for modified vehicles with 35-inch tires or larger and 1 locker. A winch is strongly recommended. The trail will consist of off-cambers, hills, rocks, and tight technical spots. The black trails are considered the most difficult. The most difficult trails are recommended for vehicles that are heavily modified with 38-inch tires or larger, 1 locker and a winch. The trail consists of hills, rocks, tight off-cambers, and tight technical areas. The extreme trails are recommended for vehicles custom built with 40-inch tires or larger, 2 lockers, 2 winches, and roll cage or exo cage. The trails consist of steep hills and off-cambers with boulders and very tight spots, recommended for well-equipped vehicles and experienced drivers. Only trails with the green rating have 2-way travel. All the other trails are 1-way only. There are no wide open areas on these trails to pass, and few areas to turn around, so watch the signs, and if you're not equipped with the right rig, be prepared to pull rope. There are no alternate routes around any of the obstacles, unless you consider the easiest extreme an alternative to the other 2 more extreme climbs like I did. This video was taken on our first day. I decided to jump straight into the black. While I did not use the winch, I did put the lockers to use several times and even found a spot or two for the lead foot I keep hidden in my shoe. They recommend 38-inch tires, but I made do with the 37-inch Nito trail grapplers and a short wheelbase. The black trails will definitely keep you on your toes. They remind me of a kid with new Jordans crossing a creek, stepping from one rock to the next. It seemed like at least one tire was on a rock at all times. As you can see, these are diff crushers. Many trails I can just pick a heading and go straight, but here I had to watch my tire placement constantly, which is why I like this trail so much. It wasn't the usual two-wheel drive for a couple miles and then shift down for a couple rocks in the trail. This trail keeps your suspension flexing as long as you keep moving. With that being said, I'd like to take a minute and thank Northwoods OffRoad for working with the state of New Hampshire and the New Hampshire Trails Bureau to provide such an awesome set of trails. I'm sure out of those three organizations, Northwoods OffRoad is probably responsible for the actual trail build itself, as they are also responsible for the trail maintenance. They are human, so if you want to volunteer some time, or cash I guess, to help them out, check out their Facebook page. It's under 4x4 Truck Jeep Trail. I'll leave a link below. You can also learn a little bit more about the park, check their event schedule, and read others' reviews of the park. There is a fee of $20 per day per vehicle to access the trail. This includes the driver and one passenger. Extra passengers are an extra $4 each. There's a gate that is usually locked, and a park employee will grant you access when you pay at the office. You also need to let them know when you leave so they don't send a search team when it's time for them to lock up for the night. I don't recall seeing any trail trinkets or trash, so if you take my advice and have a rig that can handle this trail, keep your trash in the rig, please. Something else I liked about this trail was that it was limited to 4x4 vehicles only. No side-by-sides, four-wheelers, bikes, or horses to deal with. Don't get me wrong, I like taking the Can-Am out for a hot lap through the woods, but I enjoyed having the trails to myself in the Jeep. I saw one Jeep driving through the gate when we arrived, but never saw it on the trail. There were side-by-sides everywhere else though. It reminded me a little bit of West Virginia. We covered all the black trails in 5 hours. That includes us stopping to set out cameras, pick up cameras, spray for mosquitoes, and even a peanut butter jelly break. We also came back for the rest of the trails, which we completed in about 3 hours, and that also includes camera setup and pickup time. So a small group should not have a problem covering all Jericho has to offer in one day, unless of course something breaks. But it's challenging enough that I could have a good time there for a couple days. This is not a very scenic trail. We did see some wildlife, and the forest was beautiful. It was just thick and didn't allow for any long distance seeing. This didn't bother me because I was focused on not bashing my diffs on the massive rocks in the trail, but I've sold my wife on wheeling by pushing the Buena Vistas. So I knew I had to find something to fill that void. So the next day we moseyed over to Mount Washington. Definitely a must-see if you're in the area. If Pikes Peak is on your bucket list, just go on and add Mount Washington. They were racing steam cars up this road before Pikes Peak was born. You can ride the second steepest train tracks in the world, second only to Switzerland. But if you opt to drive, they give you a cool sticker that says this car climbed Mount Washington. I think I recall it being the first federally funded private driveway, and you too can drive up it for the low price of $65. Be sure to download the tour guide app so you can find out what Travis Pastrana did here in a Subaru. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a break from having to listen to me ramble on. How about a track from Smiff and his producer INNXCENT, both out of Nashville, Tennessee. The song, Hero.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. We go through bad days, hard times, low pay, high crime, pathways to a life without sunshine. I'm the lifeline. With this life, I'm gonna be the pipeline, shining in the nighttime. Bet on me to swoop down. I'ma go toe to toe. Already know that I'm never gonna back down. Bet on me to stand tall. I take on anything for my crew. Bet I risk it all. Wicked people in the streets. Corruption in the politics and the police. It's time to raise up. Take a stand against the seat. We won't take a back seat. I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. 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 If I get knocked down, I'ma get back up. If I get knocked down, I'ma get back up. If I get knocked down, I'ma get back up. I'ma get back up. I'ma get back up. I'ma. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, no more running from that bad guy. Don't worry about it. I'm right here. What's up? I know that journey been hard for you. Okay, I ain't giving up. We ain't giving up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Now, if I'm making this trail look easy, keep in mind Trinity is no mall crawler. I did have to change my tune down to 89 because the 93 fuel tanks were further down the road than the 89 only pumps that we stopped at. The stage 2 center force clutch and high inertia flywheel make crawling easy. Yet, I continue to stall out. The first person to comment the correct number of times I stall out in this video will get a free Swashbuckler Off-Road sticker. The Dynatrac 6044 combo holds the 513 gears that are needed to spin these 37-inch trail graps with the stock 3.6. With the American Racing beadlocks, I know I can run less, but I'm running 16 pounds in all 4 tires to keep the diffs up as high as I can. The skid plates and sliders keep most of the rocks from the important parts, but I think what makes me feel the most comfortable is Precious and the shipwrecked trailer nearby waiting for a recovery. This is the suntan section, or what I called the suntan section, the one section that breaks free from the cover of trees and made me wish it hadn't. The weather was hot and soggy as May was completing into June, and there was an invasion of black flies. Some of the locals said they were seasonal, and you guessed it, May and June. A repercussion from clean, healthy streams and rivers, as they cannot survive organic pollution. I recommend planning your trip here before May or after June. Between the dragon in the sky roasting our exposed skin and the black demon flies gnawing at our exposed bark, I did not take this opportunity to fly the drone higher for the traditional bird's eye view of the mountains that we were in. If you're still watching, tolerating my tale, or ignoring my narration, please know that I am trying to get better at this part. The driving is the easy and fun part, but putting all the information that I want to share into an entertaining video is difficult. Please hit that like button and give me a little bit of feedback in the comments. I want my trail reviews to show you guys as much of the trail as I can.
Follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
So hit that like button, share these videos to your buddies, and follow the channel. See for yourself if I can improve. And if these videos are just too long or boring, follow me on TikTok. I laugh at my own videos time after time. This short rocky hill climb had a few lines that all converged into a narrow gap at the top. The lockers definitely came in handy on this one. Here's a little bit more inspiration from Smiff. Yes, that's Smiff with 2 F's, and his producer INNXCENT. This one is titled Dawg.
Accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over, enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer, ayy. Lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine, don't you get it confused. I'ma win again, yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad up. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? They don't get it. I'm different. I'm the type to break through the door, tear down the wall, start up a war. They don't get it. They don't get it. It ain't clear. I know you probably think that you might, but you never seen a bitch like me. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up?
And here we have the bridge. At least that's what I called it. I think there's some kind of optical illusion built into this, because I dropped my back tire off both times I crossed. I thought that I could keep my tires inside whatever tracks I wanted, but not here for some reason. I think it has something to do with driving on wood, maybe. Maybe I'm losing my feel, or just getting confused from switching between Trinity with almost 8-foot wheelbase to the nearly 12.5 footprint of Precious. I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten too comfortable in Trinity to even worry about it that often. And that's kind of scary, because I know what can happen with a simple misstep. Let's just hope my wife doesn't realize this, because I don't want to go back to running all the bunny slopes. I thought the obstacles were a lot of fun. Then I pulled up on the reds. If you weren't listening before, the reds were the extreme trails. These were short rock climbs on the side of the main trail that could have been labeled as extreme, extremer, and extremist. Send me a video of your rig going up the Extremist, and I'll send you a sticker. I would want a good spotter and at least 2 fully equipped Jeeps within earshot to even attempt that one. And I know I would be pulling cable to make it up and over some of those boulders. The extremer hill climb, I probably could have managed with a couple pulls, but the state bird, that black gnat fly was out and rolling deep everywhere. So I passed on that one and made my attempt to send it up the extreme. 40s would have made it easier, but I made it up on 37s, spinning eventually. This hill's a bit steeper than it looks. The next clip reveals it for more of what it is, but no video does any of these hills the true justice they deserve. If you look close, you'll see Merle the rockhound riding shotgun, while Rebecca records my stunt driving from below. I told him to get in the back, even one-handed picked him up and set him in the back, but he climbed right back over the console into his preferred perch, which is odd since he crippled his leg falling out of the Jeep. So this one is for you, Merle.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history.
Now I'm getting awful close to my camera. I do hope I get my tire placement right on this one. This was a good trip. The only mishap was the drone sucking some leaves into its propellers, sending it into a downward spiral. Luckily there was no damage. Here's the red extreme hill climb from Rebecca's perspective. She did a great job with the camera, considering she was nearly being carried away by those black flies. And they didn't care what time of day it was, they were on your tail like foam on ale. If you have to visit in May or June, bring lots of bug spray, and we found some burning spirals to keep them out of our lean-to where we cracked Jenny's teacup. By the end of our stay, I was ready to burn sage in my beard and my sandals, so ye be warned. I also want to share a word from Northwoods OffRoad. Promoting safe and responsible wheeling and protecting our environment for future generations is their top priority. If you're not sure about taking your vehicle through the trail, feel free to walk and watch vehicles go through the obstacles. All family members are welcome. Here's a few recommendations from Northwoods OffRoad for you responsible wheelers. Use a trail map. Know where you are. I use Gaia, OnX, and Google. Google's pretty handy. Travel with 2 or more vehicles. Well, one of mine is back at the campsite, so I guess you can count that. A winch is strongly recommended on all trails. Covered. Know your vehicle's capabilities. I don't know if I know where mine end. If you are unable to make an obstacle after a few reasonable tries, please winch. Don't chew up the trail. Carry a spill kit. Carry in and carry out all trash and broken parts,
that crazy dog.
even if they're not yours. Respect wildlife from a distance.
Oh no. Did you see that smile on that dog's face? Oh. And he only has 3 legs that work. Merle, good job. Where be still. Good job. Oh, you're the best boy. Was that so What?
I didn't expect this to be that difficult.
kind of thought I would crawl right up it.
Well, it is an extreme. Oh, you lost a duck.
Almost lost the duck. No, Merle, can't have my duck.
He earned that duck.
This is my 8-ball duck.
Oh, he earned a duck. Why is it that every time I squeal, you giggle?
What makes you squeal makes me giggle. It's not that I'm giggling at you.
Oh, okay.
If you have endured this much of my recount of this trail, please subscribe and tell me what you liked most or least of the Jericho Black Chronicles. The Jericho Green Chronicles will be up next to share the easy side of Jericho and a little bit more of the local flair. So sign up for notifications when you subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Here's another track from Smiff and INNXCENT titled Burn It Down to lead us out.
Merle, move. Merle, move.
I'm ready to go.
Merle.
I'm ready to go. Won't stop me. I am the danger. I am the boogeyman. I am the stranger. There is a miracle. I am the pain. A big in the spirit. You never pretend. Let's go. There is no savior. Just me and you. To back you up later. This world is so evil. It's changing my nature. Still I'm so appalled. You thought I couldn't get at you. Oh, it's looking bleak. There's blood in the streets. Oh, a treat for the freaks. The feet in the beast. It's been weeks, at least this moment's a piece. Increase the heat. I wanna watch it burn. Come on.
Mosquitoes! Damn it! Mosquitoes, hurry! Go!
The pressure at all is an easy thing. I know the reason you running from. You fear it the most, that 101. Money is sweeter than honey bun. If I was you, I won't be terrified. It's looking bleak, there's blood in the streets. A treat for the freaks, the feet in the beast. It's been weeks, at least this moment's a piece. Increase the heat. I wanna watch it burn. Burn it down. I wanna watch it burn. Shut it down. Bring the money down. I wanna watch it.
Merle, get in.